Well, they are suppressing any information that's coming out about what's going on here in Indiana, especially Northwest Indiana, with our power and the flooding that's going on. It's not making national news, okay, so first of all. Second of all, Gary, Indiana, Maryville, I think Hobart, Crown Point, maybe Cherville, Valpo. We call it, in Indiana, we call it the region, but it's like this pocket of Northwest Indiana that's like outside Chicago. And they have been without power for over a week. There is no end in sight for them. And I keep posting videos of people talking about it, of creators talking about it, reposting them, adding them to my stories, and then I keep getting community guidelines violations. So I'm gonna make my own video. I'm gonna see if this gets out there. Hopefully it does, because this is a serious problem and we need to talk about it. So what is going on in Gary, Indiana right now? They are in total blackout. And not just Gary, but like surrounding areas as well. But I'm gonna use Gary as like the general term for the rest of the video, okay? Gary is total blackout. People are looting houses because it is literally like no one's alarms are working. No one's lights are working, obviously. If they have a generator, people are trying to steal generators. People are stealing food. It is like end of days, dark times up there. Not to mention, when anyone tries to drive at night, if you're trying to go out and drive, it is pitch fucking black. No street lights, no fast food, nothing. Zero. Not only is that happening, there's no schools, they don't have access to food, they're running low on supplies, people are stealing, people are looting, people are hurting each other, people are being held at gunpoint, people are getting their cars broken into, getting their cars taken from them. It is insanity, okay? And it's not making news anywhere, first of all. That's a big fucking problem. Second of all, I don't know the direct correlation of this, but it can't be helping. But Indiana, if you didn't know, is one of the only states in the country that allows data centers to build here tax exempt. So what does that mean? It incentivizes data centers to be built in Indiana. We have over 140 data centers slated to be built here. 32 are already working. You can't tell me that those things, those fucking atrocities that are data centers, are not to blame for some of this, are not to blame for the fact that people aren't getting storm warnings here. People didn't get tornado warnings until it was too late here. We are in a massive crisis in the state of Indiana. My town, like south of me, our White River completely flooded Broad Ripple, northern little pocket of downtown Indianapolis. The flooding from an aerial perspective around where I live is atrocious. Noblesville was hit so hard. Like Carmel, we have actually a situation. I don't really know the updates because I haven't been getting any, because of where a bridge collapsed near my house on one of the thoroughfares through where I live. Apparently, it is so close to breaking a sewage pipe that would then get the sewage water into the White River, and it would just be a fucking disaster. So like, we're in trouble in Indiana and no one's talking about it. No one on national news is really talking about it. And when people are trying to post online, they're getting suppressed, or I'm getting community guidelines violations. So hopefully this gets out there, because it's very important and it's very dangerous. Another thing that we have to remember too, that I don't think people talk about enough in this state, is how our fucking governor sold us out to Schmizrael. Our fucking governor made a $15 billion deal with Schmizraeli tech companies to come and start headquarters here in Indiana. Oh, Mackenzie, isn't that gonna increase jobs for Hoosiers? No. Why? Because they're bringing their own fucking workers, i.e. settlers. Our governor sold us fucking out to Schmizrael so that they can bring in settlers and start. Are you for real? People need to wake the fuck up. If you are a Hoosier and you have ever voted for what is going on right now, now is not the time for you to come out and be like, I'm sorry, I'm wrong. You're in the front of the fucking line at midterms voting for a fucking Democrat. It's your fucking fault we're here. And it's your fault that people in this state are suffering. People that did not vote for this are suffering, okay? People that would never have voted for this because they knew that Mike Braun was a piece of shit who was only out to make money for himself, or who knew that Micah Beckwith is a fucking psychopath white Christian nationalist and would never have voted for him. So Indiana, I'm so sick of our shit. I am so sick of people being so apathetic here and thinking it's a foregone conclusion that we are going to be Republican for the rest of our fucking lives. This situation right now should be waking every single Indiana resident up. Because it's not just going to happen in Gary. It's going to happen to every single town, every single city in this fucking state. As soon as 147 or whatever the fuck it is, data centers start operating here, our state will be completely drained of our resources. So get out, vote, pay the fuck attention to what the fuck is going on. And honest to God, Indiana, like, I am so sick of being such an embarrassment. We have been part of the Union. We were part of the Underground Railroad, for Christ's sake. We are Lincoln's birthplace. Like, get it together. We are the North. Okay? So the losers who are hanging their fucking Confederate flags and waving their Trump flags all over rural Indiana, you idiots, you guys are in the North. You want to do that shit? Get the fuck out of the state. And for everyone else who thinks, again, that it's just going to be Republican and that's just how it is, no, it doesn't have to be that way. You have to fucking vote. Talk to your neighbors, talk to your friends, talk to your grandparents, talk to your meemaw, your pawpaw, talk to your auntie, talk to your uncle. I don't give a fuck who you're talking to. Get people out to vote. And if they voted for Trump, then they should be at the front of the line voting for a Democrat, because they're the reason we're in this fucking mess. Wake up, Indiana. Wake up. And I said this in another video, it should not take a natural disaster or a community crisis for us to realize it's better to vote for your own interests. Someone who says they're gonna help you when shit like this pops off, better to vote for them than to vote just because you hate someone else. Because that's honestly all it is. The only reason you would have voted for Mike Braun and Micah Beckwith is because you hate anyone that isn't white or a man, pretty much. That includes all the women in Indiana that voted for this fucking mess. Shame on you. How's your access to healthcare? God, get fucked. I'm so fucking over it. So yeah, this message needs to get out. What's happening in Indiana is very upsetting. We are going to be an example of what will happen if this shit pops off in your state. We're the breeding ground of, I think, a massive data center crisis if every single data center gets pushed through. That's why we have to vote for people who are anti-data center when it comes to the midterms, so that we can turn this shit around and Mike Braun can quit building helipads for himself and other bullshit so that he can pocket money from foreign nations at the expense of Hoosiers. Okay? Put on your thinking cap when you go to the fucking polls. I'm tired of having this conversation with Indiana voters. I've been able to vote since 2008 in a presidential election. I am so fucking tired of this. We can do better. Our state is smarter than this. Okay? Quit letting the hillbillies make the decisions for everybody. All right? And you know who I'm talking about. Those asshole Indiana people don't represent us. Okay?